Hello, Collective. Welcome to the Power of Three and me, Amber, and welcome back if you're returning. This is a haunted story reading for November 2025. We're getting towards the end now, and this haunted story reading has a storyline to start with, and it has to do with the backdrop. As you can see, those three beautiful horses. What our storyline is about is land, haunted land. And this haunted land was different before as opposed to the way it is now. So something happened, I don't even know how long ago, that long ago. And however the property was, whether it was just a house or whether it was a farm, um, I- what I got was that whatever happened was so horrible or bad. And I have the modern day witch here in my hand. And I'm thinking that it might have been something to do with evil rituals and stuff like that, animal sacrifice, that kind of thing. The place was, whatever it was demolished. And then years later, people rebuilt and it was different. They, rebuilt where like the house was in a different spot and what have you. But the land's still haunted because they demolished everything, but it's the land. So it affects the animals, and that's pretty much all I've got. We just have to look into more specifically why. But the other thing that I got was that, for instance, the horses don't act the same once they arrive. Like, so their horses that they maybe moved to this farm from wherever they were, the horses are completely different now. So, and it continues from there. I also, for this, well, for a lot of readings now, but I've taken the Where Oracle and the Who Oracle and I have doubled them up. So we're going to use that to get our advice through our story. Sorry, I don't know what I have happened there. What was that? A senior moment? I don't know. So I'll let you know as always the decks that we're using, but remember this is for entertainment. This is just a haunted story reading. It's true somewhere for somebody, but it's a energy that's coming through as always for these haunted story readings. So it's for us and for you, it's haunted story reading. I think we're learning as we go that even the stories and movies that are made, uh, I think we've given a lot of credit to people for making shit up, but I don't think they did. I think stuff is more based on truth being referred to as fantasy and fiction when it isn't. So probably has something to do with our storyline. So here we go. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you do enjoy these videos. And let's get started. For November, our haunted story reading, November 2025. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Do I get that up there so you can see it? Because it's kind of dark. The card isn't, but it's kind of dark in here. Give, and it shall be given unto you. And there's little birds on the branch right there. See them? See those three little birds? It's got to do with animals and nature and cruelty, I think. And like I said, very bad sacrificial rituals and stuff like that. And the animals can feel it. They can sense it. They can sense the evil that's still there. Okay, let's get an overall energy. through the Oracle of Shadow and Light. Fairy of the Green World. The natural world needs you. Very dark. It's almost creepy. Look at that, just because of the lighting in here. I'll try and get it so you can see her, but just the way I had it a second ago, look at her eyes, right? Super creepy. But I think that they see these eyes. If you look at that bush line in the back there on this farm, I think that a lot of people have seen these eyes in the woods. And it's coming from this energy that it's still haunting the land. Supporting energy from the dark mirror. And yes, the haunting will be in and around the house as well as outside as too. So let's see what comes out for the supporting energy for a haunted story reading, please. Today for tomorrow. Today for tomorrow. Um, it's like, and they're holding hands. It's like whoever was there in the past that did the very bad things, I feel was female energy. Excuse me, now my nose is super itchy. A female energy, and she may have actually been hauled off and like punished and even maybe executed for what she was doing. But before that happened, she made sure to curse that land and curse any future generations that walk on that land and animals as well. Yikes. Give and it shall be given unto you. You got to look at that kind of ass backwards. Like this energy, this entity is giving what it feels it was given. An injustice. Now, that right or wrong, I'm not saying that's right, but that's the energy fueling the haunted part of our story. So let's shuffle the modern day witch and see what comes out for specifically our uh, entity that's haunting the land on purpose and was evil when alive. See? Public hanging. First thing out. So, excuse me, our villain from way back when that was a witch was publicly hung for what they did, but they made sure to send out that curse first. And it's not even that. It's that's why it's so bad because it's not even the curses that they put out before physically leaving this matrix. It's everything that was done on that land on top of that. So makes it pretty bad. Let's see what else we got. See? A very it's a the hermit, but you see how it's a female. I just drawn this is our entity. This is our person from way back when that was alone doing very dark things. Why? I don't know. I really don't know. Just raised that way, perhaps. It could be like a bloodline thing, born into witchcraft and that kind of stuff. One more for our, see, always what causes somebody, even in this life, to do horrible things, and this is what they did, was horrible things, heartbreaking, dark things, sacrifices with hearts of animals and so on and so forth. Very, very harsh. Bottom of the deck. That's why this is the first card out. Because there was a lot of evidence found, I feel. Yeah, look at this. You're not gonna believe this. Well, maybe you will. You'll find a place for it. Bottom of the deck. Judgment. Um, back then they would have, they would have just hung the person. So we're going way, way back, but it doesn't matter. It still remains today. So we're clarifying with these stranger things, which is what will be being experienced now on that land. And you see, people aren't any the wiser right now about that because, oh, sorry, my tooth is bugging me. Because everything's different. It was so long ago that it was like a different house, a different setup. It was all different. Um, so it might not even be directly on the spot, but maybe next to it, it might be the woods. Maybe when they did that, they just let that grow up as woods, but then right next to it, sold land, and it doesn't matter. It's so relatively close that it's enough to creep the animals out and cause a stir on the property. Stranger Things Tarot, clarify our haunted story reading, November 2025. Clarify the hangman or the hanged one. Give a sec. Two of Swords. See, it ended up like this is not knowing what to do, but this is, I feel like a decision that ended up being made by the powers that be back then to do away with this person. Clarifying the Hermit. Chariot. I feel like it's weird that this vehicle is in the middle of the road. I've always found that weird that this vehicle is not driving, it's like blocking the road. But if you notice, it's a very, very, very wooded area on both sides. There's trees everywhere. And what came through just now was that this vehicle, it's like an old truck. And maybe that's the first clue, was something left behind that still remains in those woods, like an old truck. And one thing leads to another, like they kind of look into, okay, how'd this get here? And then maybe they just start looking into things and figuring out that there used to be a house there, there used to be a barn there, or something like that. Three of Swords. Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment. Getting your wish, getting your way. Under the Three of Swords, which means somebody did not. Just looking at this card and wondering why it's so, it's almost like you can tell that, I don't know if you can or not, but look, like it's all very delusional. Like you can't see anything. You can't see the sky. You can see that leaf. But I mean, like, oh, oh boy. That's just weird. I just find that weird. It's like a pink fog. And maybe that's something else that's strange, is that there's always a weird fog um at this farm. And then when you get staring at the fog because there's something abnormal about the fog, then you start to see things like eyes that glow in the dark, that don't look uh, you know, like they belong to anything that would come to your brain that would be in the woods. Mm. Bottom of the deck, Page of Wands. Somebody speaking up finally and saying that they've seen something that they just can't explain and they want to look into it further, or they want somebody else to look into it. It could be one of the kids, because kids don't let things hold back. When they see something that's not right, they will speak up and say something. So, like I'm sure many families have come and gone on this property. Let's see now what comes out of this where and who oracle that I have doubled up now. So, on our overall energy, fairy of the green world, and today for tomorrow. Yeah. See, home, comfort, familiarity, security, belonging, personal space. It it's still, it's funny because outside this, I mean, that's not a normal looking window. That's nothing normal about that. But in the realm of it, on the other side, this entity still remains on that property as it was when they were alive. That's what I'm getting from that. And it obviously makes everything that's home for people that are there now on that land, and including the animals, very uncomfortable, where it should be where they're secure and safe, right? And familiar and personal space, but it doesn't feel that way. So this is for the Two of Swords under the Hanged One. We've got rendezvous, uh, meeting place. This one's hard to read. Con, convenience. Um, what the heck? Anyway, it's a rendezvous, and it's funny, see, because it's a horse, but it's a meeting up place. So maybe there's like what I'm getting from this is, and it's the horse, see? So I feel like the strongest point, the strongest rendezvous point for this activity to be, it's where they see the most happening, is in the field where the animals are, where the horses are reacting, and in that bush line, see, with the eyes. So it's not always directly affecting their living area, their home and comfort and familiarity, but it is because it's right outside their window. It's right outside, and it's affecting their animals, their livestock. So it's like a hot spot, like a paranormal hotspot. And it's probably very near where they find this old truck that's been grown over in in that bush that was allowed to grow up when they got rid of whatever was there before. That was so long ago that people don't even know. The Chariot under the Hermit, please. Two came out. Madman, embracer of madness, frenzy, chaos, unruly possession, and challenger, seeker of adventure, courage, challenge, and goal. So you see, we had, um, the authorities or a neighbor or someone that was personally affected by the goings on of this mad person. Um, we know how it turned out for them, right? They were challenged finally on their actions. They barked up the wrong tree back then, and something was finally done about it because it's like madness. People, once they started to find out, which is true today, same thing. When people start to find out, because like authorities like to do, a lot of times they keep the truth away from the public to protect them because they don't want them to get scared and freak out and everything. So, um, but that little piece of evidence is still hidden in there. And this mad person, madman energy, this chaotic, evil witch back then, right? We're using the modern day witch right now, but it wasn't modern day times that started this. Nine of Cups under the Three of Swords. Something flipped here already. Oh, no, that's weird. Card from another deck. How did that even happen? These decks have never been together. That's interesting. Not even sitting anywhere near each other either. But okay. Nine of Cups under the Three of Swords, please. Winding path, curving trail, twisting route, men, men, mendeering passage, mendeering passage. See, probably, like I said, there's woods there. Maybe you decide after you've seen some weird things in the night, you notice a trail one day. This is where you come across that old truck in the woods. You might even find something in there that says it just leads you down the path of maybe looking into why things are so weird. Like, why would this truck be in the woods here? How would it get here? Like, because it's obvious this thing has been there for 75 years. You know what I mean? Like, a long time. Uh, it's following a path into an area looking for an explanation of what they're seeing. Night. Bottom of this deck. Place of reminiscence. Nostalgia, memories, sentimental childhood, reflection. I think it's also too looking back at the differences between um the way things everybody was and the animals included at their old place as opposed to where they are now. Big difference. Interesting story. I'm not really sure. It's obvious a lot of these stories will go into a part two if you guys so choose. Um, but definitely finding the evidence. So I say that we leave it there if you guys want a part two to this haunted story reading, all you have to do is put PT2 in the comments and I will do a part two. So we're going to close this out with a message from the Love and Light deck. Connecting with the living water. The sea belongs to him, for he made it. His hands form the dry land too. Hmm. This is going to sound weird, but I feel like there is no water. Um, okay. See, this is just leading it into, but it's the reason this is coming through like this is because being the landowners, they would like to make some changes. This is also why they're looking into what's in those woods, why they're seeing what they're seeing, why it kind of seems weird finding this old truck. But they're probably looking for a place to maybe dig a pond to expand their farm and have water for the animals and so on and so forth. But that's where you see the digging starts and the finding and the so on and the so forth. And I also got that they would like it also to be some sort of a swimming pond, so it's clean and there's, you can swim or boat or whatever. So that's the thing that's going on that's got them investigating further around, looking at what they've seen that's not normal and combining that with the changes they want to make. They find things that they don't expect to find. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope you enjoyed this haunted story reading. And again, if you want a part two, all you have to do is put that in the comment. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. If you do find yourself showing up here, okay, just makes sense to support the channel. It's free. And I sure do appreciate it when I see a like. So thank you so much if you did find yourself here and finishing out this haunted story reading. Take care of yourself till I see you again. Bye for now.